Bruno Fernandes' first game for Manchester United, a tactical analysis. Manchester United 0, Wolves 0. Before the video starts, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the bell to get notified whenever we upload a video. Some of our best videos will be linked in the description below, including a tactical analysis of Brendan Rodgers' Leicester, my 3-year plan for what Manchester United should do if their Saudi billionaire takeover is complete, a tactical game plan for how Atletico Madrid can beat Liverpool in the Champions League, and a tactical analysis of both Diego Simeone's Atletico Madrid and Antonio Conte's use of the 5-3-2 at Inter Milan. I will also be uploading videos tactically analysing Leicester vs Chelsea and Atletico Madrid vs Real Madrid, so make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on those videos. Going into the game, Solskjaer set up his side in a familiar 4-2-3-1, with Shaw and Wan-Bissaka the fullbacks, Lindelof and Maguire at centre-back, Fred and Andreas Pereira the midfield double pivot, with Juan Mata on the right, Daniel James on the left and Bruno Fernandes playing in the central attacker midfield position behind Anthony Martial. Nuno Espirito Santo used a 5-4-1 shape with a back three of Roman Saiz, Conor Cody, Willy Bolly and Doherty and Johnny at wing back, with Neves and Moutinho as a midfield double pivot, with Traore on the right, Jota on the left and Jimenez up front. From the start of the game, it seemed like both sides were more suited to a counter-attacking style of play and wanted to sit back and refrain from overloading attacking areas. Bruno Fernandes started in a traditional number 10 position, playing in between the Wolves' defence and midfield. It was straight away evident that Fernandes had improved United's ability to move the ball forward into the final third. His short passing was very good as he looked to play forward passes into players like Mata, Martial and James, and was able to execute these passes, which enabled United's attack to flow forward. When Lingard or Pereira had been used in the number 10 slot, United's attacks would often break down when the ball was ushered into their feet. But Fernandes is a much more competent ball player and the improvement was seen immediately. Wolves looked to press United's central players in a 5-2-3, with Jota and Traore pushing forward to join Jimenez in a front three. This created a compact box-like shape, cutting off the passing lanes into the central midfielders, which forced the ball out wide to United's fullbacks, who are less capable passers. When the ball was shifted out to the flanks, Jota and Traore would then drop back to create a flat four in midfield, in order to cut off the passing lanes into the half spaces. This led to United playing a lot of sideways passes in the middle third, shifting the ball from side to side without making any incisive passes in between the lines. The problem was that United lacked any real advanced width in the system. The fullbacks did not push forward down the flanks and both Juan Mata and Daniel James were moving infield far too early, allowing the Wolves system to become narrow and close down the spaces for Fernandes and Martial to get on the ball. Mata doing this is understandable, as he lacks the pace and dribbling ability to be effective out wide, but Daniel James' pace and ability to run in behind the back line was nullified by his own movement. Solskjaer should have instructed him to sit high and wide when United had the ball, to push Doherty back in line with the back three to create a back five and stretch Wolves' 5-4-1 shape and create space either side and in behind the midfield unit for players like Shaw, Martial and Fernandes to receive the ball in. When Wolves were going forward, their system of ball progression was evident. When the ball was won back in their own half, they would look to either get the ball into Jota or Traore, who could then dribble with the ball, moving the attack forward quickly, or Neves would look to play a long direct pass up to Jimenez into his feet or in behind the centre-backs down the channels, which he did on a number of occasions. Jota and Johnny were excellent with their interplay on the left side, and Wolves looked to shift the ball quickly from the left flank to the right flank so that Traore could isolate Shaw in a one-on-one along with Doherty overlapping him. It was Maguire's front foot defending, reading of the game and cutting out of direct passes into Jimenez that was the main reason for why United were able to break up a lot of Wolves' quick transition and attacks. Going into the second half, neither system changed at all. However, Pereira went onto the left wing, James went onto the right wing, with Mata going into a central attacking midfield position and Fernandes dropped into the midfield double pivot alongside Fred. Solskjaer did this as he realised with both Pereira and Fred in deep positions, United had no one who could play those incisive passes in between the lines to progress the ball forward, which meant that in the first half it was hard for Fernandes to get on the ball in the half spaces. However, for me this was a complete waste of Fernandes, as he's not a playmaker like James Maddison or Christian Eriksen. His long passing is not as good as someone like Neves. He's more of a Dele Alli or a Frank Lampard type, as he's far better when making shorter passes around the box than being forced to pick long range passes from deep. His best attributes are his shooting from the edge of the box and movement into goal scoring positions off of a centre forward's deeper movement. All of this was nullified as he was asked to play the role of a deep line playmaker rather than that of a shadow striker or attacking midfielder. Wolves' narrow system continued to force the ball out to the flanks, but Wan-Bissaka and Shaw don't have the ability to move the ball forward at speed using their dribbling ability, or play passes to break the lines, which led to United shifting the ball from side to side and Wolves maintaining their shape. Solskjaer's decision to use Fernandes in this deeper role and move Pereira to the left flank meant that United lacked any take-on ability from the left side, with James's movement consisting of running down the flank and moving infield too early, Martial dropping deep but being marked out of the game by Cody, and Pereira looking stagnant on the left. Fernandes and Fred didn't really have any forward runners in behind the Wolves back line for them to create anything of note from deep. Greenwood, Dalot and Lingard were brought on, but the system didn't change. I also thought it was a massive signal of Solskjaer's overcaution that Dalot was brought on the left wing rather than as a right back. The space was constantly there for the fullbacks to motor into, and this would have suited Dalot's game perfectly, but reluctance to change his back four meant that Solskjaer deployed Dalot on the left flank where he had no effect at all. This game was tiresome in many ways, with both sides' attacking patterns looking predictable, and United in particular having no way of breaking the lines with incisive passes from deep. It seemed to me that there was a complete lack of positional coaching from United, and they are far too focused on the defensive structure of the side, creating a rigidness in United's play. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and share the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this.